Hello everyone, welcome back to another hospital vlog. If you're new here, my name is Rakaya. I'm a doctor working in London and today I'm showing you my new hospital. As some of you may know, during training years, doctors in the UK rotate every 4 to 6 months to different specialties in different hospitals. And for the past 2 years, I've been rotating at one of Europe's busiest major trauma centers. And for the next 6 months, I will be at a district general hospital. I am training to become a trauma surgeon, so all of my hospital rotations are basically based around surgery. So my previous hospital was a lot closer to home. It usually took me about a 15-minute journey from door to door. This new hospital is a much longer journey and basically takes me around 50 minutes every day. So in order to get there, I need to catch an underground train first, then I have to catch a bus. I had the option of moving, but I didn't really want to move because I like the area I live in. And I'm currently trialing to see if the commute works out. If it gets too much, then I will consider moving a bit closer to work. So tonight I am the night on call, and I started this rotation less than 3 weeks ago. And the first day was basically an induction day, and we didn't really do any clinical work. We then had 2 bank holidays, and then we had the 4 days of junior doctor strikes. Somehow I caught a COVID infection in between and ended up having a further delay to my real clinical start in the department. I had to isolate for about 10 days, and this is my first time back after my COVID infection. And even though my health is not really back to normal yet, I am able to work at the moment. Yeah, hi, you blinked? Rakaya? Hi everyone. So this is me basically in my new rotation at a new hospital. This is my second night on call. I didn't film anything yesterday because everything is basically new. The whole place is new and I'm still trying to figure out where to go and how to find A&E and things like that. So I was a bit busy doing that yesterday. So the phone call I just received is basically a bleep about the first trauma call of the night. I took a mini handover from the consultant who was calling, and I just have to go downstairs to the pediatric accident and emergency department to see one of the patients. Basically still trying to find my way through the emergency department. Just finished seeing one of the patients, and I'm just wondering now how I'm supposed to go back to the office because this hospital is like a very long corridor, and then one moment you're upstairs, then you find yourself to be downstairs and you're not sure how you got there. I'm just basically gonna figure it out. Because this is not a major trauma center, night on calls can have a creepy vibe, in my opinion. There is a lot of silence and my imagination just starts playing tricks on me. So for example, I hear footsteps, but I haven't seen anyone coming up or down the stairs. And the office lights, they switch off automatically. So every time I come back, it's dark and silent. I know that nothing will happen, but basically that's what happens when you remember every horror movie you've ever watched. This skeleton creeps me out. I keep glancing at it, making sure it hasn't moved, and it's just a bit creepy to have it in here. these corridors, they are almost always empty. And the occasional 1 or 2 people I see, I just wonder if they're ghosts or they're regular people. I'm telling you, my imagination is really doing wonders here. I don't mind the music, but who is it playing for at this time of night? And there are a lot of empty beds, and they just remind me of dead patients. This restaurant closes at 1 a.m., so there's just more emptiness there. It would have been very nice to have it open, and then maybe I can just sit there and have like a few people around. In this hospital, you can basically request an on-call room, and when I heard about this, I was really happy. It's a very nice idea to know that you have a room that you can go back to. But then when I got there, I saw that there is no computer, which means every time I have to document, I have to leave the room. And there is no phone. So here we work on a bleep system. So every time I get bleeped, I have to walk out of the room and walk towards the phone. So every time I get a bleep, I basically have to walk out of the room, try to find a phone, try to find a computer, and then basically see what patient they're talking about. Too much work in my opinion. And this place is so isolated, and the only thing I could hear was my breathing and my footsteps. I didn't hear anything else. I panicked and I left very fast. So, no thank you. I will stick to my dark office. So there are a few things I actually like about the hospital. For example, there is a very nice prayer room. It's a nice area, a small chapel, and then there is a Muslim prayer room next to it. The truth is, as much as it scares me, I appreciate the silence. I appreciate having the time and chance to really get to know the patients. Sometimes when I've had a really busy day, I actually end up having nightmares. I wake up worried that I missed an examination finding, or that I've not seen a patient, or forgot to document something. Training in this hospital has a higher surgical focus. You get to scrub into more cases. Many of the team members I'm working with now were also with me in my previous hospital. So even if the building is unfamiliar, the work conditions are similar. As surgeons, we look forward to spending time in the operation theatre, and I'll be spending more time focusing on that. Rotating in different hospitals basically gives us a much wider experience because the patient demographic changes and the team members change from one place to another. You get to meet new people. The workload is kind of similar. It just varies in the types of cases you see and the kinds of traumas you see. We get to meet new team members and learn from each other's experiences. I created great connections in my previous hospital with members from different departments, and I spent a great deal of my on-calls being part of the surgical trauma team. I look forward to this new part of my journey to becoming a trauma surgeon.